Welcome back. Welcome back. We're having so much fun here. A lot of people in the studio. We're clapping, having fun. Wish we could break some bread. We'll do that at another time now. Hope we can invite you too. Our next guest is the founder and CEO of the Stagg Group. It's a construction company that provides quality and affordable housing in the Boogie Down Bronx and throughout New York City. And we're spreading. It's getting bigger and bigger each year. He joins us to speak about his most recent residential project in Riverdale. So please welcome to the show, Mark Stagg. Mark, welcome. We hear so much about you and all the wonderful things that you're doing in our community. We appreciate you and love you for that.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Stagg Group. I know you've been doing it since 1996.
Yeah. So I guess we've been out at, close to 30 years.
Yeah.
Residential development. We started with 2 and 3 family houses and have worked our way up, built over 5,000 units to date, all over the Bronx. We're excited about this last project that we just finished. People just occupied a couple weeks ago, July 1st. And this is a different project for us. It's a higher end product and a affordable luxury, we call it. Affordable luxury, we figure we're bringing the Manhattan lifestyle to the Bronx. Riverdale Avenue has a great vibe.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a tower at 18 stories high that has majestic views of Manhattan, the George Washington Bridge. You feel like you can reach right over and just touch the bridge. So it's spectacular. We're real proud of that.
Oh, you got to save us a BronxNet room up there, high up, so we can broadcast from the towers.
Sure, absolutely.
Mike, you can work on that one. But that's great. You're helping a lot of people, and we really, really appreciate that. How do people get involved? Is there like a lottery or something that they have to wait for?
Well, we have many projects in the pipeline. We do affordable housing, which are what's called tax credit deals, which is a true lottery where we advertise in different media outlets and they can apply online. And that's you have to qualify with income depending on household size and things like that. This particular project has a 30% affordable component to it, as most of our projects do have an affordable component to it.
Mark, we're going to run some of these pictures here, and you can explain it as we run it by you.
Yes, this was probably a 15-year-old project. That's 30 units in the Northeast Bronx. There's a 56-unit building, probably built around 14 years ago. These are some of the walk-ups that we did back in the day before I was afraid of elevators. Once I did one elevator building.
Oh, you weren't personally afraid of the elevator, but you were just afraid of
it's a
putting them in the
different
building.
it's a different type of construction.
Yeah.
So once I was able to do that, I haven't built a walk-up since.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a natural evolution of progress.
Of course.
Right? If you're not moving forward, you're not moving.
That's right. What impact will the creation of the Riverdale Towers have on the seniors in the District 18?
The seniors, that's a good question. We've got handicap accessible units, which they'll be able to utilize. We've got a great recreation area. What I think is the first pickleball. Pickleball, excuse me.
Yeah.
My age is paddleball, all right, Bob?
Pickleball is pretty big now.
So I think it's the first outdoor pickleball court in the Bronx.
Yeah.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
So we welcome the seniors, and that will be a nice diversified crowd in there.
What's your favorite part of the project?
This particular project, this was a job that had 25 to 30 foot high mountain of rock. And the Bronx is known for rock.
Yeah.
And a lot of sites aren't built, and they're not built properly unless you have the gumption, to attack it, because there are costs involved, there are complications, and nobody wants you in their neighborhood when you bring machines in to hammer rock, especially on a busy corridor like Riverdale Avenue.
Yeah.
So that was a challenge. So to see that, a site that nothing was there for about 15 years, a lot of talk back and forth what it was going to be, and we really repurposed it and made it the best use. And it's really an iconic, landmark type of project.
Yeah.
We've got the beautiful neon light up top to signify it. We're actually going to do a lighting, top of the building lighting tonight.
Yeah.
We're very excited about that. So everybody knows that the Riverdale Tower is the name of the building, that it have that iconic feel to it.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go over there and take a look. Now, when you were building, were you able to leave a lot of the rock there and go around a lot of what you
No.
wanted to take out?
We took it out because we were able to provide parking. Parking's a big deal in the Bronx.
Yeah, yeah.
On some sites, we're not required to do it, but I'm a big believer in parking.
Yeah.
And anytime if I have to go the extra step to provide more parking, I think in the long run, it makes more sense. I think it's the responsible thing to do.
It just costs more and removal.
It does cost more. But over time, it makes sense. And I'm a long-term player. I've been building in the borough for 25 years. I'm part of the community.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal to me, to do the right thing.
Yeah. How did you start out with this? It was a dream to you?
Well,
or you saw people around
that's
you?
a good question. I was in the mortgage business in the Northeast Bronx, and a gentleman by the name of David White, he was a referral source of mine. He was a older Caribbean man, Jamaican fella, and he had said to me, Mark, why don't you buy this lot? And I said, David, I'm doing really well. I'm in the right part of the community.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing my thing, and I took a chance, and I built my first two-family house in 1998. 5,000 units later,
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
Beautiful. And it helps out a whole lot. It helps our community.
I love creating jobs.
Yeah.
We have probably 350 to 400 people every day out on job sites.
Yeah.
That's always proud. You feel responsible. You feel it's the individual. It's who's behind the individual, the families that you're impacting.
So it's not only the building of the property, the buildings, but it's what touches your heart is dealing with the people who you come in contact with too, the
Yeah.
people who are living in them.
Oh, that I'm glad you asked that question. We're so fortunate. People have a love affair with new construction. Who doesn't like something new? A new pair of shoes, a new car. There's just something about it, the way it feels. Well, imagine a family, imagine a single mother and a child walking in. And a lot of people refer to the housing as units, or they call them apartments. I don't call them apartments. I call them homes. These are homes. We're creating homes. And the feeling of seeing a child come into a new home, and the smile and the feeling is just an incredible, feel for me, and it keeps me going, and it keeps me motivated that I really know my purpose.
Yeah, it's like being home, and you come home from work, and your little girl is there, and she says, "Daddy!"
Yes, yes.
Moving things. But Daddy, that feeling, that love, of putting it all together. And see, it's working. Things are clicking. Lights are turning on. What's next?
That's
What's the
right.
next project?
We're finishing up probably about 6 months, 265 units on Whitlock Avenue and 106, right off the Sheridan Expressway and 167th Street. And that project is going to be from the one extreme at Riverdale that will bring Manhattan living to the Bronx.
Yeah.
This is the other extreme. We're going to have 15% formerly homeless. We're going to have a large percentage under 50% AMI. So working class people making between $30,000 and $50,000. And that's the real need. That's the impact, impactful projects.
Yeah.
The people so desperately need. The housing stock has to be increased. When we drive around the Bronx, we don't see what's behind, the walls of the brick and the mortar. And but to build brand new product makes such an impact. Energy efficient, that good feeling that we talked about, the income level, that they shouldn't just be for people who are successful, and it should be for all. There's only one way to live.
Yes.
And that's the right way. So let's give them a clean bathroom, a brand new kitchen. Let's give them a real fresh start.
Mark, how do you find these locations? You get in a helicopter and say, hey, we need
Nah,
something here, or you just drive around?
No, when you're in the business, as much as we think it's a big community, Bob, it's a small community.
It's a small community.
You know, just like your industry or any industry.
Yeah.
And the projects, there's more deals than there is, more opportunity than there is the ability to do it.
So you just pick and choose the deals that you
Which,
think.
yeah, you can only do so much at one time.
Yeah. Are there any opportunities, cooperative home ownership opportunities that that people can?
You know, back in the
grasp
day,
hold
when I was in the mortgage business in the 90s and the early 2000s, I prided myself on being in the mortgage business, and I always said I was the bridge to home ownership because it's so important, especially in our neighborhood and our community. You know, people are fearful. Do they qualify? Does it make sense? I'm a big believer in home ownership, and right now I'm not as involved in it. I'm on the apartment side of development, but home ownership is important, you know, throughout the borough.
Yeah. So there's an opportunity for that, though.
Absolutely.
How instrumental has the support from our legislators been for you? The elected officials get involved in what you're doing?
As much as I like to keep a low profile, I can only keep so much of a low profile. So I work with the different elected officials, and they've been wonderful.
Yeah.
For community outreach, we make them aware, this is what we've got going on in your district, whether it's a city councilman. I saw Kevin Riley there on the poster board for the Van Cortlandt. And they can also, it's vice versa. They can also have a direct line to me. And if they hear something, hey, Mark, what's going on? And I have that type of personal relationship.
Good, good. Should people go to a website or to find out more about?
Really, I'm not really here.
opportunities?
I'm not really here to promote.
To promote it.
You know, promote it.
But if they want to get involved in housing or
we've got Stagg Group, www.stagggroup.com. You can look it up on the internet.
Yeah, yeah. Because people looking for new housing, looking to get into that feel-good aspect of it that you're talking about.
Yeah.
A new spot and a new location, you know.
Yeah.
They may want to find out more about it. Now, I know you don't want to promote it or anything like that, but you know, you're talking some good stuff here.
We are. We're excited. I mean, to be able to do, you know, build ground-up construction. Not everybody can do it because it's difficult. So we have this ability to do it, and we're excited to do it.
What do you tell people who want to get maybe get a new place and feel that they may want to move into one of your projects?
Reach out, whether it's via the lottery. Make sure you put I know it's discouraging because there are tens and tens of thousands of people for one building. So it might feel like, you know, hopeless at certain times, but eventually, you know, your number might come up and you might get that call. So don't get discouraged. Hang in there.
Hang in there.
Hang in there.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Yes.
You're helping a lot of people, and we appreciate it.
And we're also very excited with the political, you talked about the elected officials. We're very proud at Stagg Group with our turkey giveaways. We've started with just a few hundred turkeys to see in our buildings. It's since grown to 5,000 turkeys. We're doing hot meals on Thanksgiving. Let's up the game. Let's not just give a frozen turkey. Why don't we serve a warm meal?
Yes.
And so we started that in the last couple years, and we're doing a couple thousand of those a year. And that's all good stuff, and we feel good. And for the community drives, anytime, you know, people reach out and they need something, school giveaways, backpacks, Van Cortlandt Park, we're a sponsor of Van Cortlandt Park. We've done a lot in that community That community's been good to us. We want to let them know we're there for them. So
great.
we're definitely involved.
So let us know when you're going to do it so we can roll up our sleeves and get busy with
You
it.
got it. I will.
Yes,
I
for
will.
sure. All right. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Mark Stagg, CEO and founder of Stagg Group. Thank you. Did we miss anything?
No, I think we're good.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you.